It's Hannah. It's been a while since we've done a live on here. We've been traveling like crazy. We were with our friends, Paint Shack, Colin and the team in the UK. It was incredible. We had an amazing time. We're so pumped about that partnership with London, with the UK. It's been a long time coming to bring our products over the pond. So it happened. We met a lot of great new friends, and we know SurfPrep is going to be taking off over there in the UK. It's all good. So when I was over there, a lot of the guys mentioned that people have questions about different ProFoam products that we have. And the first thing I wasn't aware about is that a lot of people didn't realize that this is meant for Velcro hook and loop. So whether you have a Festool, a Mirka, a Ryobi, any brand sander, our ProFoam abrasives work with Velcro, with hook and loop. So the backing goes onto the sander for easy removal. You could switch in between grits. And then this is actually abrasive on the sander. So when you see videos, the abrasive is on foam on the sponge, and it helps sand and get a really nice finish. So we originally launched SurfPrep foam abrasives into the market. We won the Visionary Award for this with Woodworking Network in 2015. We have been perfecting our recipe and working really hard to make the best sponge abrasive out there. So it started out with Orbital, a 5-inch orbital for the automotive industry. Well, we realized, Skylar, the owner, that if you make it a 3x4 shape and you put it on a rectangular sander, it is perfect for finishing, for sanding coatings, water-based, lacquer, whatever it may be. So everyone always sees the 1/2-inch squishy. We make all of these in Southern California, so some of them have vacuum holes, some of them don't have vacuum holes. A while ago, about 10 years ago, I'd say most of our abrasives that we sold out into the market did not have holes for dust extraction. When OSHA got involved and said that wood dust and coating dust is a carcinogen, that is when the industry, the coatings and finishing industry, changed, and we said it's time for dust collection. So everyone sees our ProFoam abrasives and they think, wow, that 1/2-inch squishy is so rad because it's able to conform to different moldings. Well, the 1/2-inch is not meant for everything. So right now I wanted to do a little walkthrough of our different densities and why and when to use them. And we have a lot of customers who tell us new ways they're using our sponge abrasives all the time. So it's always changing. There's always new techniques. If you guys have any tips and techniques, let us know. We love to hear about it, and we love sharing with the industry and other SurfPrep users. That way people are able to get their sanding jobs done more efficiently. So when I use the 1/2-inch ProFoam, I'm going to use this to prep moldings, curves, and I'm not using it to remove material. So one thing to consider, when I use this 1/2-inch ProFoam, it is not going to strip old lacquer off. It's not going to do exterior and strip. It's truly meant to prep for primer, to prep, and it's a gentler abrasive. That's why it is so squishy. So this is a very, this is a very unusual door with all the curves, but it does a really good job showing the ability of the 1/2-inch squishy. So if I had the sander on, you could see that it is going to hug all of these curves. And our 3x4 sander has a perfect 3mm orbit. So it's not going to be ripping off the material. It's going to be a nice, gentle prep. So that's something to consider with the 1/2-inch ProFoam. Again, it's great for prep with moldings, with curves, with chair legs. A lot of people have been having success with stair rails too, chairs, furniture. It's a lot of fun to see this work. We make all of this in Southern California to fit any sander out there on the market. So that shares a little about our 1/2 inch. And now I'm going to go backwards in density. And this is our 10 millimeter. So if you could see, it's a little denser. It's not going to be as squishy and as flexible as the 1/2 inch. See the difference? This, I could ball up in my hand and it just pops back. You're good to go. We have people who literally put these in the washer machine and to get off whatever's building up on it, and they'll use it forever. We have the greatest recipe, our proprietary blend. Say that 5 times quick. So anyways, 10 millimeter, where this has been really popular in the cabinet industry and the finish industry is for MDF. So with MDF, this density is perfect to ride around the style and the rails on doors. A lot of people will even cut this abrasive to fit into the little recessed areas. So if I was going to be sanding 50 of these doors, I don't want to be hand sanding it. So I could literally cut this with a knife to fit the recessed area perfectly. I could put it on the sander. So pretend that this part's not here. And now I'm dropping down into that recessed area and I'm able to sand in between the stile and the rail, if that makes sense. Let me know if any of that doesn't make sense. So another thing to consider, a lot of people bring the 10 millimeter in with the vacuum holes. No problem. Whenever I have sanded like that, when I cut it, then I'll have like a little stick out hole from the vacuum hole. So I like to order, if I'm going to be using this only for the little recessed areas and cutting it, I get it without vacuum holes. That way there's no weird edges or anything. I drop it down on that 3x4. Something to consider is you cannot do that with a orbital sander, a 5 inch, a 6 inch. Well, and now I have all my British people. So 125 mil and a 150 millimeter, so 5 inch, 6 inch. Now I need to get that terminology now. Those sanders have a random orbit, so it's not going to be able to drop into those recessed areas and get a good sand. So that's where we love the 10 millimeter. It does a good job with that. And a lot of people would think SurfPrep's most popular product is the 1/2 inch. That's not true. Historically, we sell mostly 5 millimeter. That's because in the last 5, 6, 7 years, just a simple shaker door is the way people have been rocking and rolling. This has a little bit of molding in there, but for these flat surfaces, that 5 millimeter is perfect. You put it right on the sander. Let me see if I could do it. Right on the sander. I'm sanding this door and staying flat. What's really cool is the density is not going to roll over if I press hard. It's not going to roll over and burn through these edges, which is really, really a great benefit of the 5 millimeter in particular. SurfPrep has a bunch of different grits, and the way to read them is, so medium. This medium pad is very popular for preparation before primer. So the abrasive that is on the ProFoam, this is actually a 60 grit. Well, who the heck would ever prep with the 60 grit? Well, we have, let me find one that you can read a little bit better. So this orbital one, if you see this, it says fine, which is a 100 grit, but it does not sand like a 100 grit because the abrasive recesses back in the foam once you apply pressure and start sanding. So it cuts like a 180 to 220. So if you see that, that's what that means. Fine cuts like a 180 to 220. And that's what you know what your scratch and your finish on the abrasive is. So we'll bring up these 1/2 inch for the 5 inch and 6 inch sanders. A lot of people do buy these if you have a big box store sander, a DeWalt, Rigid, Ryobi, whatever different sander brands there are. And it does do an okay job if you're sanding moldings, curves, anything like that. It will work, but it is a little bit more aggressive because of that random orbit. Well, where that works and where that does a really good job is the 5mm prepping for stain. So this is what we won the Visionary Award for in 2023. The 5mm density, I told you guys, it's our most popular product that we have. The 5mm density, you put it on a random orbital. So a 3/32 inch orbit is what we recommend. And it lays out a perfect surface to accept stain. So the grit that we recommend for that with the 5-inch or 6-inch orbital ProFoam discs is a medium plus. So that finish is a 150 to 180. So if I am sanding over the surface and we're ready to stain, that 150, 180 grit with the 3/32 inch orbit lays out a perfect surface to accept stain and be totally consistent with 0 scratches at all. It ultimately removes every scratch and it's super rad to watch it work. Really proud of our team. Adam West is who did the presentation to win the Visionary Award that year, and it was really amazing to see. There's nothing like it. We are proud of our ProFoam products. We make them for all different brand sanders. That way, if you're not ready to invest in a SurfPrep sander and you already have a different brand, we make all of these in Southern California. That's where I am right now. Here is the Delta. This will go on a lot of different brand sanders. And then here is the rectangle for like the RTS 400, the Mirka 3x5 Dios, I think that's called. So we also make these for the drywall industry, any shape, any size. SurfPrep is your go-to abrasive company. We are beyond proud of the products we have. We love to hear what our customers think of our products, and we're always looking to innovate and bring the best products out there on the market. I hope that you guys are having an amazing November. I know everyone's prepping for the holidays, for Black Friday and all that jazz. So hope you guys are doing well. Business is booming, and we are here if you guys ever have any questions and any updates for us. All right, guys, have a great rest of the week and a good weekend. Bye.